I want to greet all of you in the Anatolia Diplomatic Forum and to thank Minister Çavuşoğlu for the invitation to share some brief thoughts with you. Let me also thank Turkey for generously hosting around 3.6 million refugees. And we must also remember that 3 out of every 10 Syrians reached with humanitarian assistance in 2020 were reached via Turkey. Turkey, like all of Syria's neighbors, have been heavily affected by the conflict. We are all aware of that. The past decade has seen Syrians suffer on an unimaginable scale. That suffering continues. And the COVID pandemic and the collapse of the Syrian currency have put new pressures on an already devastated economy and society. At the same time, we have to find ways to chart a path away from this suffering and towards a political settlement based on Security Council Resolution 2254. Turkey, with other major international actors, have a key role to play in finding a solution that meets the aspirations of the Syrian people. This past year has witnessed relative calm compared with the all-out war of earlier years. We must sustain and deepen that calm, and Turkish-Russian understandings, especially regarding Idlib, remain very important in this regard. We also need to ensure full, sustained, unimpeded humanitarian access to all parts of Syria. That will be a key issue in Security Council deliberations in the next few months. As you know, I continue to facilitate the work of the Syrian-led and owned Constitutional Committee. It cannot on its own solve the conflict, but it could become an important building block of intra-Syrian cooperation. To do that, the committee needs to work in a manner that ensures it has positive meetings and builds some trust and confidence. My consultations with the co-chairs are continuing on the convening of a new session, which needs to be different from those that have gone before. I hope we can convene a new session before too long, but what is most important is to convene a productive session. I also continue to encourage and facilitate a constructive international diplomacy on Syria that could elicit positive movement step by step, step for step. This will not be easy. There is very little trust and confidence among the Syrian parties and between regional and international actors. The divisions are deep, and they are everywhere we look. There are demands on all sides, but little movement on any side. Yet I believe key international actors now fully understand that there is no military solution. They also know that no one actor or existing group of actors can stabilize the situation, open a path to progress, or determine the outcome of the conflict. They need, in the end, to work together to promote action on the elements contained in Security Council Resolution 2254 and to meet good steps with good steps. All players will need to be ready to identify what they can put on the table in such an effort. I remain convinced that constructive international diplomacy is both needed and possible, with the common goals to stabilize Syria, progress the file of detainees, abductees, and missing persons, create the conditions for safe, voluntary, and dignified return of refugees, hold free and fair elections under UN supervision, and implement Security Council Resolution 2254. We will continue to work for a Syria where the voices of all Syrians, men and women, are heard, and their rights and freedoms are respected. A Syria where no one is arbitrarily detained or tortured. A Syria whose sovereignty, territorial integrity, and independence is respected and is fully integrated in the region and the international community. And a Syria that is safe and does not constitute a threat to its neighbors. Thank you.